Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. You won't believe it, but this smile is there because I'm about to talk about tax. What? But I am. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. As the new tax year approaches, I'm sure you are wondering if there is any way of saving more of your hard-earned money and reducing your tax burden. Well, the good news is that the answer is emphatically yes. There is, in fact, an easy way to do both with a tax-free savings account. I want to know more. And here to tell us a little bit more and what all the fuss is about in this tax-free savings space is our friend in finance, Sisandile Kido, the head of retail investments from NEDBANK. In the flesh. It's so good to have you here, sister. I can't tell you. I mean, I always love our chats, but to actually have you here in person, because I am excited. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about tax because I have just wrapped up all my tax.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. My tax man has done a great job this year. What is all the hype around a tax-free savings account? Because this could be big.
Well, firstly, good morning, Graham, and good morning to the viewers. Thank you so much for having me. It's so much more amazing being here in person.
Yay.
So lovely to see everyone.
On the green couch.
Right?
Oh, yeah?
Right? Absolutely brand appropriate. But I think when people ask what's the fuss about tax-free, I'm like, what do you mean, what's the fuss? I mean, really, you know? Because essentially, if you invest money and you put money away in any kind of investment and you earn interest, right? If you then exceed your exemption, you then have to pay tax on that. So how amazing is it that you can put money away, have it grow, and never have to pay tax on the money that you've invested and on the interest that you've earned? That is amazing.
And I can speak out. That sigh was because my mother, based on 2 retirement annuities that she's got, has had to pay a hefty sum. That wasn't through any fault of hers, through bad accounting or anything that she had any kind of control over. This you do have control over. So what are the thresholds, if you will? How much can I put into the savings account? What kind of interest do I earn? Give us the details and dynamic.
So, you know, you can start saving in a tax-free savings account from 500 Rand, right?
Really?
Like,
wow. Okay.
As little as 500 Rand. And I always speak about the psychology of saving. So I think it's good to inculcate the psychology if you can't say contribute the 36,000 Rand a year. Because sometimes you say to people, I mean, you've got an annual limit of 36,000 that you can put into this account and a lifetime limit of 500,000 that you can put in this account. And if you let it sit there and you wait for it until retirement, which is my plan. My plan for my tax-free savings is not to buy a house or to buy a car, but it's so that it's part of my
to get your groove
savings,
back when you're 60,
exactly.
girl. Yeah.
So that I can be, you know, on those yachts.
In the Bahamas.
Right? Exactly. But I really do believe that when people think about 36,000 Rand, they're like, that's a lot of money, 3,000 Rand a month when you kind of break it down. But you can start from as little as 500 Rand and keep on putting money into that account. And depending on the interest rate cycle, I mean, on our tax-free fixed deposit, we're currently sitting at a 5.74% annual interest rate. And that's amazing because I think I always say, if your money is sleeping when you're sleeping, you're really doing yourself a disservice.
Just wasting your time. You're treading water. I think an interesting exercise, and this is something I have actually done with you guys, is before you look at that amount and say that's too much to save, look at the amount that you're spending on coffee.
Absolutely.
And it sounds silly.
Absolutely.
35 Rand a day.
Absolutely.
6 days a week. Over a year, you'll be amazed at how much you could actually save if you just looked at those finer details in that space. Can I access this money quickly and easily, or is there a barrier to prevent me from accessing it too easily? Where do you sit in that space?
I honestly want to say no. But the truth is, in a tax-free savings account, you can access your funds within 24 hours. In a tax-free fixed deposit, however, you would need to wait for the term. So if it's 12 months, you'd need to wait for the 12 months. I do strongly suggest and really advise against it, though, because if whatever you put in is what you put in, right, and it contributes to your lifetime contribution limit. And if you take anything out, that lifetime contribution limit does not adjust, so it stays at 500,000. So hypothetically, you've contributed 200,000 to date. You've got another 300,000 that you can contribute, right? If you take out 100,000, you still only have 300,000 to contribute. So you really are doing yourself a disservice. So I do say, treat it like just just don't go there. Don't look at it as a short-term savings. Don't look at it as an emergency fund. There's different accounts for that. This should really be looked at as a long-term.
This is for the long haul,
investment. Yeah, and that's when you really see.
Okay, well then motivate us. Can you maybe give us a practical example of how you would accumulate your savings in a tax-free account versus a normal savings account? How would the two look in contrast to one another?
You know, there was a time we did this calculation. It was a more favorable interest rate, obviously, prior to COVID and all that.
And Russia. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up.
I'm really scared of that cat.
As we all should be, yeah.
Yeah, before all of that drama. So I think we calculated it at if you reach your lifetime limit of 500,000, contribution limit of 500,000, and you reach that over like a 15-year period, right? By the time 15 years is up, you'd probably be sitting at like around R1 million.
Wow.
Just because of allowing your interest to compound and not taking any money out, but doing a transfer every single year and just making sure that every year you reach your annual contribution limit. But interest rate cycles are different, right? And this is why I said this is not the type of account that you want to look at every year and be like, oh, did I lose some? Did I make some? You really need to look at it as a long-term thing. Put it in there, forget about it, and I promise you, in the next 15, 20 years, you're going to be in a much better position where you can take out funds into your account without having to pay tax.
Just work backwards, yo.
Yeah,
Decide
exactly.
how much you need at what particular date and start working backwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that idea, that notion of being able to double your money within a 15-year period if the rates are favorable and in your favor, which, I mean, there will be good times and there will be bad. But I think the key here, as you said, is just don't track the small gains and small losses. Look at the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
I love it, and it's tax-free, baby. So get on your taxes right now, just like me, so you can feel as free as I can. But really think about your long-term financial health. This is a concrete way, a practical way that you can start saving for your future without paying tax.
In this world where you want the best for you and your family, wouldn't you rather have a bank that helps you make better money choices? A bank that rewards you for saving. A bank that gives you quick and easy access to credit. A bank that gives you personalized offers. A bank that helps you spend, save, and borrow better. So, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money choices seriously? Join NEDBANK today.